Burberry once incinerated over $37 million in flawless, unsold clothes and perfume in a single year. Richemont destroyed over $500 million in luxury watches in a decade. Not donated, not discounted, turned to ash. Why would billion-dollar companies pay to destroy their own inventory? These are not conspiracy theories or industry rumors. They are documented corporate balance sheet realities. In July 2018, an investigative journalist for The Times uncovered a single, highly unusual line item in Burberry's annual report: £28.6 million, roughly $37 million, of finished clothing, accessories, and cosmetics physically destroyed in just 12 months. This brought their 5-year destruction total past £90 million. Meanwhile, Swiss luxury conglomerate Richemont, the parent company of Cartier, Piaget, and IWC, was executing an even larger purge. Investigations by Bloomberg and The Guardian revealed that Richemont spent hundreds of millions of dollars buying back its own high-end timepieces from retailers. Instead of redirecting this inventory to secondary markets or donating it, Richemont dismantled and melted down over $500 million worth of luxury watches over a 2-year window. These premium goods never reached liquidators, outlets, or charities. They were systematically erased from existence. Behind this waste lie two entirely separate economic incentive systems that arrive at this exact same outcome, one driven by the preservation of prestige and the other by the brutal math of digital logistics. In traditional economics, when the price of an item rises, demand falls. But luxury brands operate under an inverted set of laws. High-end products behave as Veblen goods, where desirability actually increases with price because the cost itself acts as a status signal. In this ecosystem, price is not a barrier, it is the product. The premium paid represents a social credential. If everyone can afford to wear the emblem, the brand loses its luxury meaning entirely. This dynamic makes artificial scarcity a deliberate strategy of revenue protection rather than mere vanity. The true value of a luxury house lies in its brand equity, the fragile public perception of absolute exclusivity. A steep 70% markdown on surplus inventory might clear shelves and generate quick cash, but it triggers severe brand equity dilution. It teaches prestige buyers that the high entry price is a temporary illusion, permanently damaging their future willingness to pay. The financial logic is starkly visible in a simple numerical scenario. A luxury house produces a signature coat with a $5,000 price tag. The actual physical manufacturing cost of that coat is a mere $50. At the end of the season, 10 unsold units remain. Clearing these 10 coats at a steep discount of $1,500 generates $15,000 in immediate revenue. However, if that public discount causes just 10 prestige customers to delay their next full-price purchase in anticipation of future markdowns, the brand loses $50,000 in future high-margin revenue. By physically destroying the 10 coats instead, the brand loses only the $500 manufacturing cost of the physical overhang. The $50,000 pricing power remains completely intact. In this cold economic calculus, destroying the product is not an irrational act of waste. It is a deliberate capital protection strategy. Under U.S. Customs Law, specifically Title 19, Section 1313 of the United States Code, importers can recover up to 99% of paid customs duties, taxes, and fees when imported merchandise is either exported or destroyed under customs supervision. This legal mechanism, known as duty drawback, transforms physical waste into a balance sheet asset. If a corporate finance team imports high-end apparel, pays heavy tariffs at the border and fails to sell them. Donating those items yields zero duty recovery, but destroying them in a certified facility documented by a formal customs destruction certificate triggers a near-total refund of the initial import costs. Across the Atlantic, the tax code creates a different but equally distorted incentive through value-added tax. In the United Kingdom, Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs regulations dictate that donating unsold inventory can actually trigger a value-added tax liability, requiring the brand to pay tax on the items as if they had been sold. If the company chooses to physically destroy those same goods instead, they avoid this tax trap entirely. For corporate finance departments, this leaves a stark mathematical choice. Donation creates a complex paper trail of tax liabilities and forfeited customs duties. Destruction instead yields a clean, audited tax write-off and a direct cash refund from customs authorities. In the sterile logic of corporate accounting, the most wasteful option is often the cleanest line on the ledger. Inside Amazon's fulfillment network, third-party merchants face a mechanical and unforgiving system of inventory control. On this side of global retail, e-commerce merchants are ruled entirely by raw storage logistics. Under the Fulfillment by Amazon model, the platform charges for warehouse space on a per cubic foot basis. Standard monthly rates start at 78 cents per cubic foot, but skyrocket to $2.40 during the fourth quarter holiday rush. If an item remains unsold past 365 days, Amazon applies an aged inventory surcharge of up to $7.90 per cubic foot, or a minimum of 35 cents per unit. When sales velocity slows, holding costs quickly devour profits. The math of Fulfillment by Amazon unit economics is uncompromising. Take a simple equation. A seller imports an accessory for $12, intending to sell it for $30. After Amazon's fulfillment and referral fees, the starting margin is $13. If the item sells quickly, the business thrives. But if sales stall and the inventory crosses the 12-month threshold, the monthly storage fees and aged inventory surcharges drain 53 cents from that margin every month. To escape this trap, the seller faces two paths. They can request a removal order to ship the goods back, but reverse logistics is incredibly expensive. Handling, inspection, and international return shipping frequently cost $20 to $30 per unit, far exceeding the product's actual value. The second path is a disposal order. Amazon's official policy pages state that the platform charges a baseline fee of just 15 cents to dispose of a standard-sized unit. In the grim reality of digital logistics, paying Amazon 15 cents to destroy a perfectly functional product is the only way to protect cash flow. On seller forums, merchants describe this storage tax as an inescapable cost of doing business, where liquidation is a luxury and destruction is the cheapest line item on the spreadsheet. Protecting brand equity and defending cash flow are distinct corporate mandates, yet both arrive at the exact same scrap heap. While the luxury house destroys inventory to maintain artificial scarcity, the Amazon merchant reacts to raw holding costs, where storage fees make physical elimination the only rational path. Although these mechanics diverge, their financial incentives run against the public good. Here, waste is not a failure of the system, it is a deliberate feature. The market structures incentives so that private profit consistently overrides social utility. Systemic waste has sparked three distinct pathways for change. First, policy reforms could mandate public destruction reporting, lower tax penalties on donations, or condition import tariff refunds on verified recycling rather than physical disposal. While highly effective, these changes face steep enforcement costs. Second, corporations are testing internal alternatives. Luxury houses can deploy certified pre-owned programs like Richmont's Watch Finder, or use invitation-only markdowns to salvage capital. FBA sellers can shift slow-moving inventory to merchant-fulfilled logistics, or utilize automated repricing to clear stock before fees escalate. These options lower waste, but threaten primary margins and carry high operational costs. Finally, platforms could offer discounted inventory removal windows or build local liquidation networks. This has high feasibility but low overall yield. Can market incentives be realigned, or is physical destruction an inevitable cost of modern commerce? As global commerce accelerates, we face a chilling reality. Our systems actively reward destruction over redistribution. When preserving artificial scarcity and optimizing unit economics make waste the most profitable choice, the market isn't broken, it's working exactly as designed. Subscribe for more deep economic insights.